Have you ever driven down a lonely road
and felt eyes on you, though no one was there? They're the shadows, and tonight we follow them down 10 of the UK's real haunted roads. 1. A169, Whitby to Pickering. The A169 is a tranquil country road meandering through the wild and rugged terrain of the North York Moors, linking the historic coastal town of Whitby with the market town of Pickering. By daylight, the route reveals stunning panoramas of rolling moorlands and ancient woodlands. Yet once darkness descends, the atmosphere shifts. Locals and travelers alike recount chilling encounters with ghostly figures and strange, unexplained happenings. Among the road's most eerie tales is the legend of Lilla's How, an ancient burial mound said to be the final resting place of a soldier named Lilla. According to local tradition, Lilla died defending King Edwin of Northumbria from an assassination attempt in 626 AD. It is believed that Lilla's spirit still watches silently near the crossroads where several old paths converge, guarding the moors. Another sorrowful episode is the tragic bus accident at Bluebank in 1929, when a coach carrying members of the Hull British Legion lost control and plunged down a steep embankment. Several lives were lost, and it is whispered that restless spirits from that fateful day continue to roam the roadside, especially when the fog rolls in. Many who travel this road report glimpses of ghostly apparitions and strange, flickering lights that seem to dance just beyond the reach of headlights. Some hear footsteps trailing them, or feel an unseen presence lurking within the dense woods bordering the road. Engines occasionally falter without explanation, radios emit eerie static, and the air turns inexplicably cold. Whether these are echoes of ancient battles, lingering souls of lost travelers, or the mind playing tricks in the mist, the A169 holds an undeniable and haunting allure. If you find yourself driving this solitary stretch after dark, stay alert and keep your senses sharp. You never know what shadows might emerge from the moorland mist. 2. B519 Hamstead. The B519 in Hamstead is a quiet, leafy road that seems harmless by day, but at night the atmosphere changes. Locals say shadows flicker just beyond sight, and the feeling of being watched never leaves you. Close by stands the Spaniards Inn, a centuries-old pub with a dark past. Legend tells of two Spanish brothers who fought a deadly duel over a woman, ending in one's death. His restless spirit is said to haunt the inn and the road nearby. The area is also linked to Dick Turpin, the infamous 18th century highwayman. Locals claim to have seen his ghost riding a spectral horse, appearing suddenly, then vanishing into the mist. Over the years, the narrow road has been the site of tragic accidents. Some say restless spirits linger, unable to find peace. Drivers report sudden drops in temperature and the eerie sensation of an unseen passenger beside them. A man in a dark hat and coat, face hidden, is often spotted standing silently by the roadside before disappearing. Ancient trees block out the moonlight, casting deep shadows. Whispered voices sometimes warn travelers to turn back, warnings that some say saved lives. On foggy nights, travelers speak of hearing distant footsteps or soft murmurs carried on the wind. Some have even caught glimpses of flickering lights darting between the trees. Strange lights have also been spotted hovering above the treetops, pulsating in unnatural rhythms. Some travelers report hearing faint, ghostly laughter echoing through the night air, with no source to be found. These eerie experiences only deepen the mystery of the B519. Many who brave the road after dark say it feels alive, watched, waiting. Despite its frightening reputation, many are drawn to the B519, fascinated by its mysteries. If you drive here at night, be alert. The unseen watchers never forget.
3.
A15 Lincoln. The A15 near Lincoln traces the ancient footsteps of Roman soldiers who marched these lands over 2,000 years ago. Today, the road carries more than just vehicles. It carries whispers from a distant past, as if the spirits of those long-gone warriors still roam its edges. Travelers on the A15 at night often report seeing ghostly Roman soldiers standing silently by the roadside. These pale figures, clad in ancient armor, appear in perfect formation, as though preparing for a march. Yet, when approached, they vanish into thin air, leaving behind only the faint sound of clinking metal and the echo of distant footsteps. The fields beside the road are believed to be ancient battle sites where countless soldiers fell in combat. It is said their spirits remain restless, bound to the land they once defended fiercely. On misty evenings, travelers sometimes glimpse flickering lights dancing among the trees, or shadowy figures moving just beyond the reach of their headlights. Beyond visual sightings, many motorists experience strange disturbances. Engines sputter unexpectedly, radios crackle with static, and temperatures drop sharply without cause. An overwhelming feeling of being watched often creeps over those who dare to travel this stretch alone after dark. Local legend tells of a Roman centurion who never left his post, doomed to patrol the road eternally. Some claim to have seen his glowing eyes piercing through the darkness, silently warning travelers to respect the past. Despite the centuries that have passed, the A15 remains a place where history and the supernatural intertwine. Drivers who have witnessed its ghostly visitors speak of an unsettling yet awe-inspiring experience, a reminder that some spirits refuse to rest, forever guarding the ancient paths of Lincoln. 4. A1666 Devil's Highway, Greater Manchester. Known as the Devil's Highway, the A666 in Greater Manchester has long been shrouded in dark tales and mysterious happenings. The road's very name evokes fear, and those who traverse it after dark often encounter phenomena that defy explanation. Travelers frequently report seeing strange red orbs hovering above the road, moving in unpredictable patterns before disappearing without a trace. This eerie glow has earned the highway a sinister reputation, as the lights seem to follow vehicles, sometimes flitting just beyond the edges of headlights. Shadowy figures are often glimpsed crossing the road at impossible speeds, vanishing before they can be fully seen. These apparitions are thought to be restless spirits of those who died tragically along the route, forever doomed to wander the Devil's Highway. Many witnesses describe hearing eerie laughter or blood-curdling screams drifting on the night air. This chilling soundscape adds a layer of terror to the already ominous road, convincing many locals to avoid it altogether after sunset. Despite the dangers, thrill-seekers are drawn to the highway, hoping to catch a glimpse of the paranormal. Yet many return with tales of malfunctioning vehicles, radios that emit unexplainable static, and the unsettling sensation of being followed by an unseen presence. Even skeptics admit the atmosphere on the A666 is unnerving. The silence can feel unnatural, as if the road itself is alive and watching. Locals whisper that the boundary between the living and the dead thins here, and those who travel the highway at night risk crossing into something far darker. The Devil's Highway is more than a road. It is a realm where the lost souls linger, where history, tragedy, and the supernatural collide. For those brave enough to drive its length after dark, the memories of the journey often haunt them long after they have left.
5.
All Saints Road. All Saints Road is an unassuming street nestled quietly in a small English town, yet locals know it as a place where time seems to fold in on itself, and strange whispers follow those who walk or drive after dark. The stories here are subtle but deeply unsettling. Many who travel All Saints Road at night report a strange sense of disorientation. Time seems to slow, then speed up unexpectedly, as if the road plays tricks on the mind. Some drivers have found themselves inexplicably lost, despite the road being familiar. They speak of fleeting shadows that dart across their path, and voices that call their names softly, just out of clear hearing. One tale tells of a traveler who stopped his car to investigate a faint figure standing at the roadside. When he approached, the figure vanished, and suddenly, the clock in his car rolled back hours. Others describe hearing distant footsteps that matched their own pace but never revealed a source. The houses lining All Saints Road are old, many dating back hundreds of years. Some say these buildings hold echoes of the past, memories of lives lived and lost, trapped like whispers within the walls. On foggy nights, lights flicker inside empty windows, and the air feels thick with unseen presences. Local folklore speaks of a hidden crossing on All Saints Road, where travelers disappear, never to be seen again. The exact spot shifts, some say, as if the road itself is alive and shifting. Whether this is myth or reality, it has kept many wary after sunset. Those brave enough to drive or walk this road late at night often speak of an overwhelming feeling of being watched, not just by ghosts, but by something older and more ancient. It is as if the road guards its secrets jealously, revealing them only to those who dare listen. If you ever find yourself on All Saints Road after dark, move carefully and listen closely. The whispers may be calling you, and once they do, you might never quite leave.
6. Longfleet Road.
Longfleet Road, stretching quietly through a suburban area, appears peaceful during the day. Yet as darkness falls, the road's calm exterior gives way to stories of eerie silence and shadowy figures that seem to lurk just beyond the edge of vision. Many who have traveled Longfleet Road late at night speak of a peculiar quietness, an absence of the usual sounds of nature and traffic. This unsettling stillness seems to press in on drivers and walkers alike, creating a heavy atmosphere thick with tension. It is as if the road itself is holding its breath, waiting for something unseen. Witnesses describe ghostly shapes slipping between the trees lining the road. These figures are rarely seen clearly, often just vague shadows that vanish when looked at directly. But their presence is keenly felt, and many report a sudden drop in temperature as they pass. A particularly chilling story is that of a driver who stopped to help a woman standing by the roadside. When he turned to speak to her, she vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a faint coldness and the lingering scent of old flowers. After that encounter, the driver reported strange noises in his home, whispers that echoed the woman's quiet sobs. Local residents warn that the road is best avoided after midnight, when the shadows grow longest and the feeling of being watched intensifies. Some say Longfleet Road is a crossing point for spirits trapped between worlds, forever unable to move on. The road's history includes tragic accidents and unexplained disappearances, further deepening its reputation. Despite this, curiosity draws some to explore its length in the dead of night, hoping to glimpse the shadows for themselves. If you find yourself driving or walking Longfleet Road after dark, be prepared for the silence to speak and for the shadows to follow. It is a place where the boundary between the living and the lost grows thin, and sometimes that line fades completely.
7.
Waterston Road, Pembrokeshire. Waterston Road in Pembrokeshire is a quiet country lane that seems peaceful enough during the day. But as night falls, this road takes on a far more mysterious and unsettling character. Locals tell of strange lights that flicker and vanish without explanation, leaving travelers unsettled and wary. Those who drive along Waterston Road after dark often speak of sudden flashes of light appearing far ahead, only to disappear moments later. These are no ordinary headlights or lanterns. Sometimes they hover, move erratically, or glow with an unearthly hue. Some say the lights seem to follow vehicles before fading away into the darkness. Beyond the lights, many have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of loneliness and isolation while traveling here at night. A heavy silence often falls, broken only by the occasional rustling of unseen movement in the bushes. It's as if the road holds its breath, waiting for something to reveal itself. A particularly chilling account involves a cyclist who vanished without a trace while riding down Waterston Road on a foggy night. Despite extensive searches, no sign was ever found, and locals say the road swallowed the rider whole. Since then, travelers report seeing a faint silhouette of a cyclist appearing and disappearing along the route. Locals warn visitors not to stop on this road after dark. Many believe that Waterston Road is a thin place, a crossing between our world and something else, where lost souls and spirits linger. Whether these tales are true or the product of imagination, one thing is clear: Waterston Road holds secrets best left alone. Those who pass through after dark often leave with a sense of having glimpsed something not meant for the living. If you ever find yourself here at night, keep your speed steady and your eyes sharp. The vanishing lights might be watching, and you might be the next to disappear.
8.
Doncaster Road. Doncaster Road is a long stretch that cuts through both countryside and small towns. By day, it is an ordinary road, but once darkness falls, it becomes the stage for strange and unsettling encounters that have puzzled locals for generations. Many travelers speak of flickering shadows darting just beyond the reach of their headlights. These fleeting shapes seem almost human, but vanish when anyone tries to look directly at them. Some drivers report seeing figures standing at the roadside, motionless and staring, only for them to dissolve into thin air moments later. The road is notorious for sudden, unexplained accidents. Witnesses say that just before crashes or near misses, the atmosphere thickens and the air grows inexplicably cold. Some have reported hearing whispers carried on the wind, soft voices warning them to slow down or turn back. One chilling story tells of a family driving home late at night who saw a young boy standing alone near the edge of the road. When they stopped to offer help, he vanished without a trace. The family later learned that a boy had died in a car accident on that very spot years before. Locals believe Doncaster Road is haunted by restless spirits unable to leave due to tragic past events. The road seems to hold their memories, replaying moments of sorrow and warning to those who travel it after dark. Despite the fear, many are drawn to Doncaster Road, curious to experience its eerie atmosphere firsthand. But caution is advised. This is a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs, and not everyone returns unscathed. If you ever find yourself driving along Doncaster Road after sunset, keep your eyes open. The flickering shadows might be watching, and they never forget.
9.
Birmingham Road. Birmingham Road stretches through a patchwork of urban sprawl and quiet countryside, a road that seems ordinary but hides a haunting secret beneath its surface. Many locals speak in hushed tones about the strange whispers carried by the wind, voices that are heard only when the night is at its darkest. Travelers driving down Birmingham Road after sunset often report sudden chills that creep into their bones. The air feels heavy, as if unseen eyes are watching every movement. It is said that the wind itself seems to carry faint whispers, soft voices that murmur warnings, secrets, or sometimes desperate cries for help. Several witnesses have described seeing figures standing motionless beside the road, their faces hidden in shadow. These apparitions do not move or react, but vanish if looked at directly. Drivers recount moments when their car radios suddenly crackle with static or burst into strange, unintelligible voices as they pass through certain sections. One local tale tells of a young woman who disappeared on Birmingham Road decades ago. On quiet nights, some say they hear her footsteps following behind or see a pale figure walking along the roadside, searching endlessly. The exact location of her disappearance remains unknown, but the stories linger in the wind. Birmingham Road has also been the scene of numerous unexplained accidents. Some believe these incidents are connected to the restless spirits haunting the area, spirits that seem trapped between worlds, unable to find peace. Despite these eerie accounts, the road remains in use every day. But those who travel it after dark often do so with a sense of unease, feeling the presence of something beyond the ordinary. For many, Birmingham Road is a reminder that some roads carry more than just traffic. They carry memories, sorrow, and secrets whispered by the night. If you find yourself on Birmingham Road after dark, listen carefully. The whispering winds might be trying to tell you something you're not meant to forget. 10. A466 Road. The A466 Road, winding through the Welsh countryside, is known for its breathtaking views by day and chilling tales by night. Locals whisper about the dense, creeping mist that rolls in suddenly after dusk, swallowing the road and everything on it in an eerie silence. Travelers driving along the A466 often speak of vanishing fog banks that appear without warning. Within this mist, strange figures sometimes materialize, shadowy shapes that flicker at the edge of vision. Many have reported seeing silhouettes standing still in the thick fog, only to disappear when approached. The silence here is unnatural, broken only by the soft crunch of footsteps that seem to follow drivers or walkers. Some say these sounds belong to lost souls, wandering the mist, trapped between worlds, forever searching for a way home. Several motorists have shared stories of their headlights suddenly failing, leaving them blind in the dense fog. Others recall their radios bursting into static or picking up faint, haunting voices speaking in languages long forgotten. A legend speaks of a traveler who disappeared without a trace one foggy night, leaving behind only a cold wind and a lingering sense of dread. Since then, the A466 has earned a reputation as a road to avoid when the mist descends. Despite the warnings, some are drawn to the A466 by curiosity or disbelief. But those who venture through its winding paths on misty nights rarely forget the experience, for here, in the endless mist, the boundary between reality and the unknown blurs, and some never find their way back. If you drive the A466 after dark and fog sets in, be prepared. The mist might hide more than just the road ahead. It might hide something watching you, waiting silently in the shadows. If these tales send shivers down your spine, Share them with a fellow thrill seeker. Drop a like, leave a comment with your thoughts or experiences, and don't forget to subscribe to Creepy Experience, where the shadows never sleep.